Okay, so getting into New Mutants number 2, we actually pick up with a recap. Now, this recap is really just telling us what happened in the last issue, but it does give us some more information about Sunspot. Now, in the early 2010s, Sunspot became a character who had his own company. And so right now, he's telling us that with him being in space with the rest of the New Mutants, he's very lucky that he left his company in the hands of a bunch of lawyers. Now, after that part right there, we do get a recap of what happened in New Mutants number 1, which we should all know. If not, basically what happened in that book is the New Mutants, the classic team, felt kind of sad that they were unable to see their friend Cannonball. And so they went into space to travel with the Starjammers to go into the Shi'ar Empire to hopefully find Cannonball. The reason why, because Cannonball had joined the Shi'ar Empire for a special reason. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you that reason here in a moment. But that is why they're in space at the moment. Now, with them hanging out with the Starjammers, which is really just a space pirate team, they got caught by the Shi'ar Empire thanks to the Starjammers, and they got arrested. And so the New Mutants are in jail in the Shi'ar Empire, and they had to hire a space lawyer to kind of work out their, sentence. Sorry, I had a hard time saying that. Their sentence in prison. Now, in the present day, we actually pick up with the New Mutants right now in court. Now, they had their space lawyer, and honestly, when I saw their space lawyer, I knew there is no way they were going to get out of this at all. Like, he is trying their best to say, hey, look, they're innocent. They were only brought here to our empire on accident, thanks to the space pirates known as the Starjammers. But of course, when you are in the Shi'ar Empire, they are very strict, meaning that if you break their laws, good luck trying to get out of that, my dude. And so right now, you have the judge say, you're guilty. Now, that means you have to serve some time. Now, they are very lucky because they actually get assigned to a special member of the Imperial Guards of the Shi'ar Empire. Now, when it comes to the Shi'ar Empire, you have your king or your queen. It always changes over the years of Marvel Comics. But the people who protects the king or the queen are known as the Imperial Guards. And the person they are assigned to is luckily their good old friend Cannonball, the one they came to space to see. And so they are assigned to him and his wife Smasher. Now, this right here is really, really important because if you saw my Infinity videos when it came to Jonathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers, we saw Smasher and Cannonball getting together. And so years later, they get married and have a child. And so right now, the New Mutants are assigned to Cannonball and Smasher. Now, here comes a big problem though. Smasher is pissed because they had to leave their baby behind with a different babysitter who's not their usual babysitter. On top of that, they had a mission to go hunt down some Skrulls, but unfortunately, they can't do that because they got to babysit the New Mutants team. Now, Sunspot, he's a complete jerk here. He is upset that with them coming to the Shi'ar Empire, he was hoping to find his best friend Cannonball in a complete wreck, hoping that his life was falling apart for him. But in reality, Cannonball's like, dude, I'm doing great. I'm happy. Like, I don't know what your problem is, but I am happy right now, and you should be happy for me. And you do have Smasher kind of punch Sunspot in the face to tell him, dude, you are being a complete jerk, a big baby. It's your fault and your team's fault that you thought it was a good idea to ride with the Starjammers to come out here and you guys got caught. Not our fault, it's your fault. Grow up. Say hi to your best friend and let's go, because I'm mad I left my baby with someone else. Now, while you have Cannonball, Smasher, and the New Mutants traveling through space to get to the home of Smasher and Cannonball, well, that is the moment you have Gladiator contact Smasher. Now, at this point in Marvel Comics, Gladiator is technically the leader of the Shi'ar Empire. And so right now he's contacting Smasher because he knows that Smasher and Cannonball just have picked up their new servants, of course, meaning the New Mutants. Now he's kind of like, listen, where you're at right now is perfect because you are near your next mission. I need you to go after someone special. And you're wondering, who in the world is this person that he needs this team to go after? But of course, we are only going to find out at the end of this book. But when we jump over to the New Mutants, we actually see them kind of bonding with one another. Now, them bonding with one another is honestly really great because when it comes to the New Mutants, if you were reading Chris Claremont's original run on the New Mutants back in the 1980s, you saw this group of teenagers growing together, learning how to work together under Charles Xavier's guidance. And it was really a great idea for Marvel back in the 1980s. And so to see them right now to continue to grow together, to learn together now as young adults, is a nice touch that Jonathan Hickman is doing with these characters. Now, with that being said, we honestly get to see both Sunspot and Cannonball forgive one another because in the 1980s, these two were very close friends. And matter of fact, Jonathan Hickman, when he was working on Avengers and New Avengers, he made sure to capitalize on the friendship of these two characters. And so with him writing New Mutants, he continues to capitalize on how great these two characters are with one another. They're best friends. They need to stay together. And I like that. But of course, things are about to get a whole lot worse for our characters. Now, you do have Smasher walk in. Now, when she walks in, she does tell the New Mutants and Cannonball, hey, listen, Gladiator, the leader of the Shi'ar Empire, just called me and he gave me a new mission. And with him giving me a new mission, that means you guys who are my servants and my husband's servants, you must help me and him complete this mission. So get up, get ready. We're about to go on a new mission. But the question is though, who are they going after? Because Gladiator told them to bring this person in. And the question is, who is this person being brought in? Now, we actually do jump back over to the home world of the Shi'ar Empire. And the reason why, because we pick up with Gladiator. Now, I told you guys that Gladiator is technically the one in charge of the Shi'ar Empire. But the only reason why he's in charge is because there is no actual king or queen sitting in the throne of the Shi'ar Empire. Because the next person in line is Xandra. Now, Xandra first appeared, I want to say, in the Mr. and Mrs. X series, but either way, she is the daughter of Illyandra and Charles Xavier. Now, Illyandra has been dead for years. I mean, she died in the War of Kings storyline back in 2009, but she appeared back in 2018. Now, with that being said, as she's the daughter of Charles Xavier, she is also the daughter of Illyandra, and so she is needed out in the Shi'ar Empire. But the problem is, though, she is still too young to actually lead the Shi'ar Empire, and so Gladiator has to be in charge until she is ready to take over the throne. Now, the reason why Gladiator had contacted Smasher, Cannonball, and the New Mutants is because he wants to train her. He wants to get Xandra ready to take over the throne. And the only person who can actually train her and get her ready for the throne is Deathbird, the evil sister of Illyandra and also the evil auntie of Xandra. And that right there is very huge. But of course, we have to see what happens next in the next issue. So with that being said, I do hope you enjoy today's comic book video. And if you do, please hit that like button down below and subscribe. But I'll see you on the next comic book video. Later, guys.